Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video of 5 tools that you can use to humbly stack sats and even live on a Bitcoin standard. These are tools I use as just a regular guy that has a 9 to 5 job, but I'm trying to get as much Bitcoin as I can for my future and my family's future, and I think you should as well. Many of these I will leave referral links to if any of them cut your eye. Another note is that most of these have sort of repetitive uses, so I'll go over those on each tool. And at the end of this video, I'll link a couple videos that I find very helpful informationally for Bitcoin. So let's get into it. And what I think is probably the most transformative is Strike. It's a app that will allow you to direct deposit a portion or all of your paycheck into the app. When you do that, you can either convert it to Bitcoin immediately or keep it in dollars. What I do is I keep it all in dollars and then divide that amount by 14 days because I get paid every 2 weeks, and dollar cost average daily into Bitcoin. I do that because I noticed when you do that the first week of dollar cost averaging, you get charged a small fee for the conversion. However, after that first week, the fee goes away, and if you know how much you make every 2 weeks, like I do in my current position, then it's pretty easy math to just figure that out and then avoid fees going forward. You also are able to pay your bills from the either your dollar balance or your Bitcoin balance. When you pay from dollars, there does not seem to be any fee for paying bills. But when you pay in Bitcoin, there's a small fee, under 1%. And the amount of the fee is based on how much Bitcoin you purchased in the last month. The more you purchase, the smaller that fee is. You can send and receive Bitcoin on the main chain or through the Lightning Network. And this is just a really Bitcoin focused way to help people, try and get as much Bitcoin as possible. This is probably the first app that I was really excited about um, over the last few years. All right, number two is this Gemini credit card. This is a free credit card that when you spend on it, you get rewards in Bitcoin. If you spend over 3,000 in the first 3 months, you can get $200 in a crypto of your choice. I choose Bitcoin. And the rewards that it gives you are 4% back on gas or EV charging, 3% on dining, 2% on groceries, and 1% on everything else. Um, so this pairs really well with the Strike app because at the worst, you're getting 1% on whatever you're spending, and at the very worst case scenario in Strike, you're getting charged like 0.95%. So you're netting some Bitcoin there when you're paying off this credit card with your Bitcoin investment. And this is a good way to just spend in dollars, get rewards in Bitcoin, and a good way to help you live on a Bitcoin standard. This is also a pretty nice metal MasterCard, um, and the black looks pretty cool too. Three is River. River is another app that allows you to do a lot of different things with Bitcoin. You can daily cost average, you can deposit money into it and buy through it. But what I use it for is sort of an emergency fund of cash that I like to have in case anything happens in my life. But the nice thing about it is it's like a high yield savings account that will pay you 3.8% interest on the cash that you hold in there. And it will pay you that in Bitcoin. So say you have an emergency fund, a travel fund, you're saving up for something big, and you don't want to take the risk of investing that money into Bitcoin or into the stock market. This is a FDIC insured way to hold that money, and it will pay you an interest of 3.8% paid out monthly on what you have in there in Bitcoin. Um, it's a pretty killer deal and a good way to just kind of stack some more sats passively, is to transfer money in between accounts. Going in, it happens immediately. And I think there's a 10-day waiting period before you can take it out. But when you do take it out, it usually takes, in my experience, 1 to 2 business days, generally closer to one, to get that money back out. Or is Unchained. Unchained offers a lot of different services. You can get vaults, which are like secure vaults for your Bitcoin. It comes with, or you can purchase two um, hardware wallets, and it's a multi-signature vault, meaning that you need 2 out of 3 keys to send any money out of it. I use this to store the majority of my Bitcoin in. Um, and what got me into it is their Bitcoin IRA option. So when I did it, I was able to transfer my previous employer's IRA funds out of Fidelity and into this Unchained uh, IRA vault. Doing that allowed me to get a lot of the money that I'd kind of been passively investing through my 401ks over the years and kind of lump sum it into Bitcoin, and it has grown very much since then. Um, the Unchained IRA costs a little more than that. I believe it was something around $1,200, and I did it as well. But I did the concierge onboarding because I was not familiar with how everything worked. You can also buy hardware wallets through um, Unchained, or if you already have some, you can use it that way. But um, if you were like me and you had a large amount of money sitting in a previous employer's 401k, you can transfer that into these. I I just converted my um I had Roth and traditional funds, and I sent my Roth over first. The second time I did it, I sent more Roth and converted some traditional funds over to do that as well. And you can have a personal vault in there for as just like a personal secure way to keep a lot of your funds. Offers some inheritance planning. I have not done that yet, and you can look into this as this is something you'll want to do. It is something that I will be doing in the future, but it's just a nice additional service that they can provide you to pass your savings on to your children. Number 5 is getting yourself a BitAxe. This is more of a lottery ticket approach to try and get some Bitcoin, but it's very easy to set up. It's a small personal miner. It's a very small chance that you will mine a block, but if you do, you will win the block reward and associated fees with that block, which right now I believe is 3.25 Bitcoin. It's also a cool way to just kind of support the mining industry and um, decentralize a lot of the hash rate. And every now and then, someone with a BitAxe does hit a block and win it all. Um, there's a lot of different ways to purchase these. I'll leave this website for you to explore if you'd like. Um, and yeah, it's kind of cool to just have one of those little miners whirring away at your house or wherever you set it up. And you can log in anytime and see how it's working and see you can mine to it comes mining to a public pool, which is like a solo mining pool for BitAxe, or you can point it to any other pool or just run it sovereignly with your own setup if that's what you prefer to do.
All right, so those are my 5 tools to help you stack more sats and live on a Bitcoin standard. I'll leave referral links in the comments. If you have other tools that you think are really useful, I know there's a ton other. I've used Swan. I know Fold is coming out with a credit card, and I think it's just going to increase over time. So let me know if there's any you like. Maybe I can take a look at them, and I'll try and link some informational videos at the end of this. Have a good day. Bye.